So I would normally put all
And I
that
would
in the
put-
description on YouTube versus here.
Well,
There's
where
not
is
as much.
this going?
It's just going at the bottom of the Facebook post. Let me show you. Oh, that's not it. Let me do it this way.
Yeah, so I would put join Tiffany Daniel and Charlene Browning and their guest, Dr. Joanne Fisher. I would even put her title, CEO of Women Veterans United Committee, as they talk about the healing process. Or, something to incorporate who their guest is, the topic for the day.
Okay, got that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the tricky part. This selection, Facebook Live Glenn Garnes,
Mm-hmm.
that live streams it. Where does that live stream it?
That's if you're creating a new destination. Right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I don't think I need this because... Yes, I'm sorry. So, within here, Facebook Live Glenn Garnes live streams it to my personal profile. And that's important. It's always got to be in this workflow unless we have some special reason not to. Because that's what triggers LiveLeap to stream it everywhere else.
Right.
LiveLeap only streams to other Facebook destinations.
Okay. So you're sending it to your Facebook page, and then LiveLeap is sending it everywhere else.
Exactly, on Facebook. Okay. So so this always has to be in the workflow. Is my personal Facebook, and I'm looking in here. I don't see why it's not here and here.
Well, and now LiveLeap also sends it to your LinkedIn and your Twitter account.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So then you don't have to do that.
There's nothing to do
here.
on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Okay.
Yep. So, Facebook Live, and the
Is
trick.
that always listed there?
Not always. That's why I'm looking for it over here to see why it's not listed here.
Maybe because it's already selected.
Well, I don't know. Let's try it and find out.
Yeah.
So if you click on Add Destinations, yep, it's because it was already selected. So you just click on Done. Okay. Now, normally, yes, ma'am. We're almost ready. We're like 2 minutes.
We're setting up the stream.
So normally, what would happen now is someone would launch the live stream in the other room, and then the minute I see it pop up here.
Which, in theory, the computer is going to
be
right
in there.
next
Right,
to you,
exactly.
So you're going to hit stream.
So when you see it pop up here, you see that when you see the screen fill, you click on Broadcast Now. What's that?
No, just
okay. And here's where it's not tricky, but here's what you got to remember to do. Once you launch the broadcast, in fact, Nolan, go ahead and start the stream in there.
Well, is that already set up?
Yeah.
It's already sending it to Joycaster automatically.
Yes.
So every time we reboot the computer, we don't have to go in and
nope.
set
As long as we didn't set that to go to somebody else's stream.
Okay.
So go ahead. You got to step it up because they're getting antsy after having been.
Make sure the audio is muted, but you already probably know that. Now, do you check it on Facebook and on Joycaster, or
you'll see it on both? Yes.
Okay. So you didn't, when you did this, when you created this part and then added Facebook down here, you didn't hit schedule broadcast or anything. Nope. You don't have to do anything else.
You're going to click on when we see the stream hit here.
Do you leave this up on the screen? Okay.
You don't have to, but I recommend that you do.
This is something that we would do right before when we got there the day of the broadcast.
Yes.
Okay. Started stream.
And you've muted their mics?
Yeah.
All right. See, that's the opening screen that we're starting on. So now we would start the broadcast. Now we don't want to do this until they're really ready.
Okay.
Because we don't want this sitting up there forever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the broadcast, and then immediately after the broadcast starts, going to live stream this to my Periscope feed. And the reason you have to do that is because Facebook Live won't let you live stream one stream to two separate destinations. It's a violation of their terms of service. But once you've started the stream, you're able to add other ones. So we're just going to add this one. Okay. So
always add
right
Periscope after you start the stream.
And you can you can add as many Periscope. You can add up to 4 other destinations. We can have up to 5 destinations.
Is that the only one that you add after the fact is Periscope?
You have to add all of them after the fact.
I mean, what else do you add?
Well, you could do YouTube Live.
Okay. Do you want us to?
No, not for today's purposes.
Okay.
We're going to keep it simple. We're just going to
so
strictly do Periscope.
No.
Yep. Well, we'll have a checklist on there of which ones to add after the fact. So we're going to do Periscope after, but I have to start the stream now.
Right.
So here's what we're doing. We're running.
Which Periscope?
I'll show you right now. So we're starting the stream.
But they're not ready.
Hold on. They'll be ready.
Okay.
Then I'm going to start Periscope. Village Connector Periscope.
Okay.
And you're just going to put a tick mark, click on done.
And then go to the Facebook page and make sure it's streaming?
Well, yeah, kind of. Now, when it comes up, you have to put a tick mark in there so that it goes live.
Oh, okay.
Okay, when it turns green, it's live. So we're
we
live
don't have
streaming.
to go into Periscope and click go live anymore like
Yes,
we did
we do.
previously. Oh,
We do.
okay.
So let me show you how that goes.
Will we be able to do that?
Let me think a minute. Let's just check and see how it looks on Facebook.
And we also, so we changed all the cameras, we set all the cameras, we looked at all of them, we zoomed stuff in, we got a shot for each of them.
Now, obviously, that workflow is going to change eventually because when we get the cameras placed on we're going to probably have to be relatively zoomed out on those since we can't adjust focus.
The only thing that stinks about that, the nice thing about having a close-up shot for each of them when we can is titling them.
I know, and it can't be perfect.
Yeah, so.
It's just, it is what it is.
Right.
But I think that we can zoom out enough.
But like Charlene's is a side angle. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But it only works today because there's 3 people and 4 cameras. So we have a wide shot and each person has a close-up.
That's right. That's why we're moving the cameras so that we can swivel them.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
So, all right. So here's what's going to happen with Periscope. I'm going to change this Periscope login to be it's going to be my personal Periscope account is going to become Village Connector.
Okay.
And we're either going to have somebody have their own smartphone over here that they can just log in, or I'm going to have to.
So I can do that with my iPhone, or I mean, everybody has a smartphone.
Yes.
Does it matter if it's
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter
Android or
anymore.
an Apple?
They're on both now.
Okay.
So. The key. Let me turn this down because we don't need to.
It's good to know that the Skype person is working.
Yeah. Now, if the Skype person is working on audio, there's no reason why video wouldn't work too with IVGA.
Right. Yeah.
You just have to make sure that.
Well, there's no reason we can't put IVGA on that computer and test it.
And I don't know if IVGA on the Mac allows you to adjust not to bring sound through IVGA so that we're not duplicating it. Because remember, it's already going to be system sound. Yeah. That's why I haven't played with all that yet.
You can. You just have to make sure there's no delay. You know what I mean? If we're using the audio coming from the laptop.
Right.
And the video is coming from the laptop, but in a different way.
Different channel, yeah.
We just need to make sure that it matches up.
Right.
Beyond that, there's no problem with not sending video, you know.
And that's why we want to play around with it and figure it out.
Right.
Okay, so I think...
It definitely makes this part of it more visually appealing. Or, let me put that on my thing. Do you have a slide or a picture of a Skype guest?
And they should get that. And we should specify what we should put on there. Because what we have been putting is their picture, their name, title, the name of their company, their URL, and their telephone number. Okay, so...
Well, and I'll have instructions on if they do want to use graphics or PowerPoints, I'll have instructions on sizes and creating a PowerPoint slide.
Okay, cool.
And maybe...
You know what it
I
might be worth doing?
haven't figured it out yet. But what I might do is create the show description page or the info page, and then have separate instructions for creating a PowerPoint, if you have a Skype guest, you know what I mean, like, and attaching.
So you know what I'm thinking we might want to do, you and I, is let's get it drafted in hard copy first. I'll send this off to be transcribed immediately.
Okay.
And I think we should create some PowerPoint videos where you and I go in the radio room and we record and talk back and forth about improving your production values, and let them see the videos as an orientation in preparation for their shows and everything.
And in that case, will we put them on Village Connector TV's website, and have like a gallery for...
And we'll make that public so that
expect,
anybody that might be interested in becoming a member can also see it.
So if this video will be if you're a Skype guest coming on a show.
Yes.
We'll call you live and make sure that ahead of time we find out whether the show host would like you to create your own slide or whether you'd like them to create it, you know, like...
Right. And we can show them the parameters in PowerPoint.
Right, we can go to PowerPoint.
Right. I can create a screenshot of that and show them exactly where these things are.
And this is how you create a new presentation, change the landscape, you know,
that will help tremendously.
Settings.
Plus, it'll step us up against anybody else.
This is how you add your picture. This is how you add your text. Change size.
Yep, exactly. That'll be good.
Okay, good.
Let me think. What else? Yeah. So we'll have to figure out.
I mean, first we should get the text version, or.
Right,
you know,
I'm gonna get
like,
that first. Right.
Because
even in the book that we flip through, that's the
and
book.
then you can add to the end of the email that.
Well, the book is for for our studio engineers. It's not for the guests.
Right. Yeah.
Or the hosts.
Yeah. No, but this part is what I'm doing for the hosts.
Right.
These are things that they need to think of. Like, these ladies didn't think of. You know, I shouldn't have to sit them down and ask them their names and their titles. Those are all things that they can send us ahead of time, and we have that.
Absolutely.
You know, like, maybe they would have created a PowerPoint had they thought about it ahead of time.
Right.
You know,
and that's why I want to do the lessons so we can show them how to enhance the value of their production by using all the tools.
If you just put an info page out there with, do you have any Skype guests? Maybe they'll think about, oh, maybe I can have a Skype guest.
Yep.
But, like, they don't necessarily know unless you're asking them if they do. Do you have any graphics? Do you, you know?
Right.
So I think getting those info pages ahead of time and doing the videos and sending them to find out how to enhance their program, or, you know.
I agree. For
info on a Skype, you know, interviewing on a Skype guest or whatever.
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent.
So the thing about Periscope, we will have to figure out how to get a smartphone. Let me work on that. How to get
Robin, Nolan, and Anthony probably all have smartphones, right?
Yeah, but I'd like to have a smartphone that's always logged into my Periscope account, so all they're really doing is opening it up like I do. Kathy just broke the screen on her phone. It works fine.
Right.
But she's going to be getting a new phone.
Right.
So we could use that because it
doesn't
have to be
phone,
right, because it only needs to be
in next door.
It only needs to be Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You know, so as long as it's connected to Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter that it's not like active on the account.
Right. Yeah. No, that works.
I could leave it active on the account anyway.
Right.
But either way, the point is we could use that broken phone.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Go get her a new phone.
Yep. Exactly. She was going to get one anyway, so we might as well. And you can't trade in a broken phone, so you might as well.
No. In some cases, I think you can if it just has the screen broken.
And she just got this phone. Cheap. She just got this phone replaced.
Most of them you can get fixed for like, I don't know, anywhere between $50 and $100, depending on the type of phone.
Yeah, it's just the screen.
It's probably cheaper to just get the screen replaced than to get a new phone.
Well, she's going to want a new phone anyway at some point, so we'll probably just do both.
Okay. All right.
It's a good reason to get her a new phone and keep the old one for.
Because how many phones can you be logged into Periscope and a phone here be logged into your Periscope account?
Yes.
Okay.
But chances are I probably won't be watching it both places because the person there can monitor.
I know, but if you're always logged in on your phone,
I see what you're
log
saying.
in on the phone that's here, I just needed to make sure that it wasn't going to...
Well, see, what I'm thinking about doing is creating a Village Connector Periscope account.
Right.
They'll be connected, so it'll be a Village Connector Periscope account connected to a Village Connector Twitter account. Mm-hmm. And then nobody ever had, because the only person that'll be logged into that will be that phone.
Right, yeah. That's fine.
We'll lose the audience I've developed there, but I mean, that's not a big deal. I'll just tell people to start following me. Then I can share it out.
Can't you send it to your personal account? Oh, well, because you have to have special...
No, they don't do that anymore. Oh. Everyone has the capacity for a producer account now.
Okay.
Anybody can do that. In fact, I'm gonna set this up tonight when I get home.
Well, I mean, is there a downside to sending it to Glenn Garns and to Village Connector?
No. What happens is if we create a separate Village Connector Periscope account connected to a separate Village Connector Twitter account, anytime if I'm following the Village Connector Periscope account, anytime it comes up and say Village Connector is broadcasting, I can share it to my audience.
Right, okay.
And they'll see it, and then I'll start encouraging people that are in my audience to start following the Village Connector channel directly.
All right. That works.
It's good.
What was that? Oh, she has
her website.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and that's something their Skype guests should be able to give their website.
Exactly.
You know, like...
But this is the kind of stuff we got to teach them because
that just made it, and that's what I mean. So that just made it more visually appealing. I mean, besides that, we've been staring at them and
just sitting there waiting while the guest is
which is a really cool looking radio studio. But
you don't want to look at that the whole time.
But right.
Oh, that looks so good.
Isn't it?
That camera was messed up at one point, so I took it off and got a different camera. It was all blurry.
See, and there's her title.
No one's killing it. That's my boy.
Yep. Well, and now, like, I don't think he knew how to move the title around or change the size or anything. But he knew how to do it. So, I mean, that looked great. He did a great job. Mm-hmm. And, like, he knows how to create titles and stuff. And so what else we did was in, like, DDR1, all the slots that are off on the left-hand side, we made, like, number 1 is for... FBLO.
Right.
Number 2 is for TLCI, and number 3 is for this, and number 4 is for, and then we made the same one for DDR2, and then I showed him, instead of using a video with a still shot, I showed him how to capture an image
and make
grab,
that and
then make it in graphics 2. And graphics 1 is the titles, and so I think that
So how does that work then? So if he launches DDR, if he has graphics 1 on program, and then he has DDR1 set on preview,
it would be graphics 2 because graphics 2 would be your still graphics.
Okay.
Graphics 1 is always going to be lower thirds.
Okay. However you decide to do it.
If graphics 2 is...
But does it still automatically shift and bring you to camera 4 if you select camera 4?
You can set it up either way, but like I was telling him, by setting it to, when it automatically puts it in the graphics bin, it makes it 5 seconds, okay? When you grab that clip and then you add it to anything, it automatically makes it 5 seconds. Well, 5 seconds is not a lot of time. So if you don't want to have to worry about having, we're coming to you in 3, 2, 1, you know what I mean? I told him you can either set a duration for it so you can make it longer if you want to put it on autoplay, or you can take the autoplay.
That's what he was trying to describe to me.
Or you can take the autoplay off so that you just hit the space bar when you're ready. So, and I also made him, because you did it too, you can't hold a mic and press the space bar and unclip mics, but you have this mic clip. So I
know, but I wasn't planning on being there very long.
I know. So I clipped it, but I watched him do it when he was showing us earlier. Clip your mic. You have two hands now. You have one for the space bar and one for the audio.
That reminds me, I bought some new mic clips we had to experiment with, but go ahead.
Okay, but then you can bring their mics up before your countdown. I mean, you could say, your mics are going live now, and we're coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because then their mics are up, and all you have to do is press that space bar. Or,
the only thing is, they don't understand something. Well, they got to get used to the idea that when we say your mics are live now, that means shut the fuck up.
Right, yeah.
Whoever's transcribing this will be like, okay.
You can leave that last sentence out. Don't they have programs that do that now?
What?
Transcribe?
Well, they do, but it's better to still send it off to someone who knows what they're doing.
I mean, no,
I'm going to send it
think
to someone on
that's
Fiverr.
great.
Yeah. I could put it in Dragon Naturally Speaking, but the quality of the audio,
they don't do as good of a job.
not as good as someone that will transcribe it.
That's pretty cool.
So,
Plus, those programs are taking jobs away from people.
yeah, exactly. So, yes, I mean, with the Village Connector Facebook account for Periscope, we'll be able to completely automate this without my having to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set that laptop up. We'll have the passwords inserted. Right. You know, when we get the transcription back, we'll verify all the passwords and have it step by step on a checklist of things to do to set up.
Right. No, I mean, this was really good because this is what we needed. Like, if somebody else is gonna do this from start to finish, then, you know, starting everything up, turning it on, setting it up.
And once we see this in writing, we'll also be able to interject, like, where sometimes we end up having issues, like if IVGA doesn't boot up the first time, then what to do.
Right,
boot
yeah.
the computer, try it again. Also, little things like, you know, with Joycaster or something else, if it doesn't work right, you know, how to reboot or whatever.
Well, and they're gonna run into problems that you or I have to help them deal with over the phone or while we're here or whatever.
Exactly.
And that's fine because that's the way you learn. That's the way we figured it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So they'll figure it out.
This will be great
time.
for me not to have to be around every time there's a radio show being produced.
This will be great for me too.
Yes, indeed. And we can spend more of our time on the supervisory process versus like the technician process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when we start having events in both places. I know this is getting kind of long here, but
that's fine. You can probably stop it. I don't think there's anything else.
I was just trying to think if there's anything else that we want transcribed. I think that's it. I'll just stop it.